Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the great nations of this world are not where they are because of their natural resource endowments. If that were the case, then countries like Singapore, like South Korea, like Japan will be the poorest countries around the globe. And indeed, Africa will be the richest region globally. These great countries are where they are because of their commitment to private enterprise and the development of entrepreneurship. This explains why individuals in a country like the United States make an annual turnover which is higher than the GDP of our country, Ghana. It ought not to be a matter of debate that the key to the transformation of our country does not lie in our natural resource endowment, but how we mobilize our human capital and unleash the entrepreneurial spirit of Ghanaians. That is the key to our transformation. There are three main challenges that confront us as a nation. One is unemployment. The second is low revenue mobilization. And the third is the lack of sustained flow of foreign exchange resources. Every year, over 300,000 people graduate from our tertiary institutions. Nobody needs to convince us that unless we find a structured solution to dealing with unemployment, we'd have a national security challenge on our hands. It is the private sector that provides the solution to the creation of jobs. The public sector employment cannot be the solution to this very important critical challenge of ours. 80% of employment generated in this country comes from micro, small, and medium enterprises. So all you need is to do more and provide more support to the MSME sector. We are unable to mobilize enough revenue because our tax base is too limited. And this is because we have a large informal sector. Over 90% of our enterprises belong to the informal sector. And if we want to be able to expand our tax base, we can only do so by formalizing the micro, small, and medium enterprise sector. And the key to this is for government working with the private sector to provide institutional support and business development services to these micro, small, and medium enterprises. And with formalization, they will start paying more taxes. We need export revenue to be able to finance our development agenda and then also to support our local currency. We have depended on cocoa and gold for over a century for our export revenues. It must be clear to us that we now need to move beyond cocoa and gold. The challenge with exports has always been identifying markets. Fortunately, as a country, we've signed a number of trade agreements which provide duty-free, quota-free access to some of the lucrative markets around the world. If we want to increase our foreign exchange reserves to support our currency, we have to have an aggressive program for export development. And again, the key is to support your micro, small, and medium enterprise sector. We need to send a clear signal to the whole country that the way forward for us in terms of our transformation is to support our micro, small, and medium enterprise sector. I'm making an altar call, maybe a podium call to all of us in this country to at least make an effort to do something on your own. I don't want to stand here and be deceiving you that it's going to be an easy task. We want to provide an institutional support mechanism where those of you who are interested in taking up this altar call can walk into a business resource center and say, I need help. I want to start my own business. Or I have an existing business, but I want to grow my business. If you ask, you shall receive. Yes, I'm part of government, but I'm making an appeal to government, to myself, and to my government. Let the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank, the Bank of Ghana, put together a loan guarantee scheme that will release the liquidity in the banks to support the development of micro, small, and medium enterprises.